What the heck? Were you in there with that happen?
That was me, actually.
You put that thing on? Go ahead. All right. Good afternoon. Apologize for being late.
Zach Ertz, is there any update on how he's feeling?
Yeah. Obviously, I'm still. He took the shot there in the first half, and there is a rib that has been affected. I am waiting on with our doctors a couple more tests for some other things, but we'll see. We'll all see later today, actually, and probably have something more for you updated either tomorrow or by Thursday when I see you guys again.
The fact that he was able to come back and play, that was that a good sign that he was able to kind of get back out there?
I mean, yeah, it is. That he got back out there, it just shows the toughness and his willingness to get back out there. But as you guys know, we take every injury, seriously and make sure that we protect our players, and that's what Mondays are for. To do a full evaluation on all our guys that get nicked up in games.
Doug, Carson Wentz has been putting up some really good numbers in these last 3 games. Can you appreciate what he's doing? Because he hasn't been on this stage in a while. He's been watching from the sidelines in the last 2 years, that now he's the one that's closing out those games.
You want to just hear it again? Yeah, Carson, I tell you, the way he's leading his football team right now and the way he's playing, he's protecting the football, number one. Completion percentage. He's taking what defenses are giving him, what they're presenting. He's running the offense. He's doing the things we ask him to do. He's playing tough. He's running. He's using his legs and all the things that we know he's capable of doing. And what's exciting for us, I mean, is the fact that how he's doing it. I think through when the opportunity arises, he take the shot down the field. When it's not, he's getting the ball out of his hand. He's protecting himself. And it's allowed us to stay on the field, extending some drives. And, there are some plays yesterday even that we left out on the field that, we'd like to have back and do again. But what he's done with this team, putting kind of the team on his shoulders and put us in this position to, obviously, win the NFC East is awesome for your quarterback to do.
What can this stretch of games do for him heading into the future? What can this, in his career, what can this accomplish?
I think it can accomplish quite a bit. I mean, you think about, his rookie season, he played all 16 games, and then he missed 17, 18 at the end, and then now he's here at the end again. So I think it shows that he can get through a season, one, relatively healthy, I mean, at this point. But at the same time, it shows that he can carry this football team and be the leader of this football team, and that's who Carson Wentz is, and that's what we're excited about as we move forward, not only the remainder of this season, but in the future.
Doug, when you look at Sidney Jones and what he did yesterday, coming late, making that play in the end zone and everything like that, I mean, considering like how far down he could have been, losing his job and everything like that, not playing for several weeks. I mean, what does it say about him to, twice in the last 3 weeks make, game-saving plays potentially?
Yeah, I just think it shows the resiliency of him personally, because a lot has been sort of either said or written about him and his performance, and then not playing and all of that, and then getting an opportunity to play here in the last couple of weeks and step in and do what he's done and really made big plays in big moments, and that's who we thought all along Sidney Jones is, the type of player he is and capable of doing, and that just helps his confidence moving forward. And the next time he gets an opportunity to play, he just learns from it, gains that strength mentally, and just becomes better.
Doug, how did you think Jason Peters played yesterday?
I thought Jason played well. I thought the offensive line played well as a whole. There's obviously some things. I think there was a couple times he overset and got beat inside on a couple things, but I thought overall he played well, and did some really good things for us. That's unfortunate on the one penalty on the screen. It was a big play, but it's going to happen. The defender, he turned his back and got blocked in the back on that one particular play. But, JP is a veteran. He's a warrior. And it's good to see him in the lineup, especially this late in the season, too.
Earlier this season, you talked about the importance for Carson to kind of take what the defense gives him. Has the change in personnel kind of aided that, in that maybe there aren't as many downfield threats and everything has been a little closer?
I think about this question a lot because it's kind of who we are as an offense right now, right? With the personnel that we have, and one of the things I think that you're seeing with some of the young players, some of the new faces, is they're just so eager and energetic to be out there and play, and they want to play well, and they want to do the right thing. And I think from a game plan perspective, we try to keep it as simple as we can. We're not moving a lot of pieces around, so those guys can just line up and play fast. And I think from a quarterback standpoint, knowing where they're going to be, and then aiding with communication throughout the game, and then obviously during the week. But these guys they're busting their tail for Carson, and Carson is trusting them, and giving them every opportunity to make plays. You saw it, early in the game, with Robert Davis. You saw it with JJ. Obviously Greg throughout the course of the game. Dallas, he played probably his best game, of his career, and things like that. So everything just kind of comes together for the quarterback, and obviously he's the leader and has to rally these guys to perform. And you see the trust factor with all those guys.
Do you feel like you're at your best when you guys are in an underdog mode, and when you have to kind of, we saw it with Carson going down in 2017, Nick, we saw it last year again, and now we've seen it with all these injuries on offense. Do you feel like your messaging and the way the players perform for you are at
I
the
think
best?
I think the guys really respond, obviously, to adversity. You don't ever want to be in this situation with so many injuries and the way our season's gone to respond this late in the year. You'd love for this to happen. We've talked about this before, but you want to maybe respond a little bit sooner in the season. But I think that me handling the football team and dealing, I just keep it as honest, keep it as transparent as I can with the guys, and I say, guys, this is where we're at. This is who we are. Let's embrace it. Let's just spend each day getting better and just focus on today. And that's kind of been the messaging here down the stretch. And kind of whatever happens. But if we stick together and trust in each other and do those types of things, because a lot has to happen, for a win in the National Football League, and these guys trust in each other, and that's what it takes, and that's what you're seeing right now.
That said, though, you guys won't be the underdogs on Sunday. How do you emphasize not taking a Giants team that could want to play spoiler to an NFC East rival seriously, and not taking them lightly?
Just put on the film and watch the Giants right now, and this is a good football team. It's a good football team, and this defense that we're playing is a good defense, and they've got some young guys in the back end, and they're playing really well as well. This is a big defensive line, and what Daniel Jones did yesterday. Coming off an injury and doing those things. So, and they've got weapons on offense. So look, this is and we've got a lot on the line. We've got the NFC East. We've got a possible playoff spot. What we've done to this point, does it matter? Yeah, it matters. But you know what? It's about going 1-0 this week, and again putting the hard work and the preparation in to try to win a game. And it's hard, but our guys will be up for it.
The challenge flag there, did that come at Fletcher Cox's urging?
You
Or was
not
that based
listen
on
to
what John
Angelo
Ferrari
this
told
morning?
you? What's that?
Did you not listen to Angelo with myself, our conversation this
Too
morning?
early, it's too early.
I did not.
You did not. You weren't up.
I was up at
At 8
I was watching the game.
He asked me the same question.
Got
Okay.
better stuff.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a reaction to our players, even though that sort of, obviously that can be an indication for some things. But we were waiting. I think there was a Cowboy, also a injured Dallas player at the time, so it allowed us to get a couple more looks on TV, and there was a couple clean, and clear looks. Wanted to make sure, first of all, we had a clean recovery, and there was. So that, along with obviously the players' reaction, prompted me to throw the flag.
Doug, what was your reaction to the defensive pass interference, the booth review? That's kind of a rare thing, What was going through
At the
your
end of the
mind?
game?
Yeah. What was going through your mind? I mean, that's unusual.
Yeah, but a lot of times they're gonna look at those things as we kind of study them and look throughout the course of not only our games but league wide in those situations, and it's inside of 2 minutes, so they get a chance. The booth gets a chance to stop the game and look at those to make sure that everything was clean. But even from our perspective and what we saw live, and then what we saw on the review, that there really wasn't enough. Both guys were sort of, jockeying for position, and just a great play by Sidney.
Doug, you haven't had
I did hear your explanation for why you didn't run a quarterback sneak on the 3rd and 4th and 1 in the first half. Had Lane been playing, would that have changed your calculation at all?
No. Again, this is another big front, big tackles, tight fronts on 3rd down and 1, 4th and 1 situations. It was something we had studied during the week. We had plays in for QB sneak plays and all that are built into the game plan and all that, but just at that time, knowing that Dallas does play a little bit more zone coverage in those situations from the perimeter, and we had a guy there. We just got edged. Big V got edged.
Doug, one consistency the defense has had this year, you've played a lot of top running backs, and aside from Zeke in the first game, you've done a decent job of holding those guys down, Jones in Green Bay and AP and whoever else, Barkley the first time. What has been the key for your defense to do that? Because these guys run against everybody else except you guys, this year anyway.
Yeah, it obviously, our style of defense, we're a penetrating style of defense, D-line. They get up the field. Our 2 tackles take on a lot of double teams. Fletch gets a lot of double teams. Whether Timmy's in there or Rush is in there, they get a lot of double teams, so it kind of frees up our ends a little bit and our linebackers to run and flow and fill gaps. Our corners have done a great job of coming up and supporting the run. Our safeties in the box. So it's a lot of moving parts there, but that's one of the things that has really affected the run game, is just that penetration from our front.
And this week, somewhat of a key.
Yeah, it's got to be the same. It's got to be the same. We've got to kind of duplicate, what we've done the last couple of weeks, and to hold, Dallas and Zeke to I think 54 yards of rushing offense is my hat's off to those guys. Because they pride themselves in stopping the rush, and if you can do that, it gives you a chance. And this is another opportunity, another great test coming up this weekend.
I'm sorry, there's some other injuries to account for. So Lane, the 2 corners, Darby and Mills, JJ, what can you tell us about?
So Lane's improving. He's more day to day. We'll see. We got to get him on land. Got to get him to run and see where he's at with the ankle. But he's improving. JJ, actually, I'm waiting on. He's going to have another test result tomorrow, but should be fine. Nothing too serious there. I would expect. Darby is the one that's going to probably. He's a little more significant. Probably going to miss some time. Darby's is a little bit more serious, and he's probably going to miss a few times. And there was one more.
Mills.
Mills is his ankle, and tough guy, tough kid. Ended up finishing the game, obviously. But he's going to be day to day. It's right now he's hurting today, but we'll see as the week goes on and progress him. So.
Thank you.
Who starts for Darby? We saw Rasul in there, and then Sidney came in.
Yeah, right now it'd be Rasul. Going forward.
Doug, you've never had a
a guy as versatile as Miles?
Right here.
Sorry?
We're right here.
Doug. Never had a guy with his skill set.
Who are you
as a
talking
runner.
about?
Miles Sanders,
Miles.
The running back, the rookie
Got
from
it.
Penn State. See,
Yes, he's on our team.
what does that give you as a play caller to have that flexibility, a different kind of guy who can do so many different things, line up in different places? Does that kind of open up a lot of things for you?
It does. You know, it allows us to move him around, you know, by formation, by play, conceptually, you know, whatever we're trying to get done. Same with Boston a little bit. But yeah, Miles, I mean, you know, and then in protection, understanding on third down, you know, blitz protection and how he's improved there. So yeah, it gives you a little more flexibility, you know, to do that with him, his skill set, and what a tremendous game, you know, he played again yesterday. But everything I think we've seen from Miles up to this point is what we've expected of him, and he's just a great athlete. Oh, we're done.